Hey, this is Jan from Local Viking and Local Brand Manager, and let's do our yearly training on how to use the platform. And I'm going to introduce you to new features that we have. So, the very first thing when you're going to start using the platform, you have to go to the Google account section and connect your Google account. So, all your locations are going to be synced, and you are able to do posting and manage the listing. Or another way how you can add the location that you do not have access to, for example, it's your potential client, it's just by adding it manually. Let me change the language. Starbucks. For example, I want to add this Starbucks and I want to run Geogrids, or I want to run some keywords for that. So I'm just going to click on confirm, and then I already have this listing. Then the listing is going to be added, and I am able to run some keywords in there, and I'm going to be able to run Geogrids. Okay, so let me go to the location that I have access to, and once you're going to click on it, you're going to see your dashboard. Here is going to be the details of that location, some statistics, monthly, quarterly, yearly. You can always do the comparison year to year or month to month, depends on what you like. Or if you're going to click on this button, here's going to be like more detailed viewed on business impression, desktop map, desktop search, and etc., call clicks and stuff like that. Then here we're going to have stats as well. You can change it to the graph. You can change it to the pie chart or graph as well. Here's going to be the mobile version and then the desktop version. And then we're going to have the calendar view. Basically, calendar view allows you to see what you're doing with your listing, how many reports, how many posting, how many images you have scheduled out for this month. And then we have edit section where you can enable, disable, location, add Google Business Site URL, time zone, feed order, and then you're going to see the attributes like the name, address, etc. Unfortunately, you cannot modify those attributes. Then we have like a media section where you're going to add your images. So it's going to be like one image at a time that you can schedule out, or you can like basically just publish an image immediately. So for that, you're going to click on add the image. You're going to choose the category. You should always choose the category that you have in your GMB listing. So for that case, I'm going to click at work, and I always click fall back to additional category button. It's kind of like a safety net. So if by mistake you chose wrong category that you do not have in your GMB, the image is still going to be posted, but it's just going to be posted in additional category. Then you're going to choose the image or video, and then you're just going to upload the image or choose it from the gallery. Gallery is basically the section that allows you to see all the listing that you already uploaded. And here we have an active data, the current active data of the image that you have at the moment. You can fill with recommended active data. It's basically all the information of your listing that you have. Another way is you can come up with your template and manually change your information. So for example, you can put the GPS coordinates, latitude and longitude, date, and etc. And you're just going to click OK. And then you're going to schedule the media out at any time. Keep in mind, the image is only going to be posted of the time zone where your location is located. So for example, if it's in San Francisco, it's going to be in the Eastern time zone. Then you're just going to submit the button, and then the image is going to be scheduled or posted. Then we have the posting section. Okay, and we are in the posting section where you can create standard, event, offer, or alert type of post. And here you can paste as spin tag tags, and on the right hand side you're going to see the preview of how it's going to look like. And every time you're going to click on generate spin tags button, the context of the text is going to change, so that allows you not to create any duplicates when post gonna go live, and here we're gonna have like intersect previous post URL link that allows you to connect to your previous post and create basically like a chain of posting with that link. Then we do the same thing with the image. We upload it or choose it from the gallery. For example, this guy, same thing with EXIF data. Here, the moment I'm going to see the current EXIF data of that image, I can just come with filled with recommended EXIF data. And here we're going to have a preview on the right hand side of how it's going to look like, or I can come up with a template that I'm going to create manually and then change like a GPS coordinates, change the title, change the description. And then I'm going to click OK. And here's the important part. So for example, I want to schedule the post that's going to go live every Friday for 4 weeks. So I'm just going to click 9th February, and then I'm going to put in recurring day 7 and expiring account 4. This means that this post is going to go live on 9th, 16th, 23rd, and then 1st of March, and then the post is going to expire. If you want to for the post to go live every 7 days, so every Friday non-stop, you're just going to leave expire account as 0, and then post gonna go live every Friday non-stop, and you're just gonna submit the post, and then you're gonna have a chain of posting. Let's submit it so I can show you how it's gonna look like. There we go. So now this is gonna be the first in posting chain, and the post is gonna go live on 9th of February. Okay, let's go to the keyword section. So the keyword section allows you to see how you rank in local ranks, organic and organic mobile ranks. So in order to set it up, you're just going to click on keywords, and you're going to add keywords 1 per line. Keep that in mind. And then you're going to choose the types of keywords and the types of ranking you want to see. So local is going to be like a SERP results on Google Maps. Organic is going to be google.com, and organic mobile is going to be google.com but a phone version. And then you're going to set up the frequency of how often you want those ranks to be checked. The minimum is 48 hours and the maximum is 1 month. And keep in mind, you're going to have your keyword credits, depends on the package of like if you're in single package or if you're on custom package, you're gonna get your certain amount of keywords, and 1 keyword takes 1 credit. So in this case, I have 3 keywords. I chose 3 types, so it's gonna be used 9 keyword credits in a month, since they're just gonna run once a month. So in this case, my usage is just gonna be 9 keyword credits a month, and then I'm gonna add them, and then I'm gonna have like a lovely graph of all my keywords. And manually, if I'm going to click here, I'm going to have like a history of all my rankings. And you can just like add all keywords and then export them into the CSV file, for example. Then we have like a review section where you can filter by live and deleted reviews basically. And here you can just like add reply or remove reply. If someone left the review, you'll be notified, so you can come in and leave their review here directly. Then we have a Q&A section where you can manually ask a question and then respond to it. Or if someone asks you a question, for example, here you can reply on it. And another way is to do a CSV bulk upload. So you're just going to come here, upload a CSV file, and then all your Q&As are going to be posted. And then we have notification center that allows you to be notified if someone changed something in your listing. So for example, if someone recommended an edit on like hours or your name or category, etc., or like opening hours, you will receive notification about that. Or if someone left the review question or the customer media, you will receive a notification about that as well. So one thing I want to point out, that this section that I'm highlighting right now, it's section just for managing one location. On the top that we see here, it's for bulk posting, or like that you can do with multiple locations at the same time, or just use it for multiple locations. Okay, let's switch to bulk posting. So for example, if you have 10 or 15 locations that are quite similar and you can just create posting for them, you can come in here and then use the tag. For example, you're just going to click on add tag, and here all the locations that are being tagged under demo tag are just going to be grouped, and you can use that for creating reports and bulk posting. Okay, so you can do multi-location media or multi-location post. The layout is the same as for one location posting. So basically you're just going to use the same layout, choose the category, click on fallback to additional category, and then select the image or video. And the main difference, instead of like one location, you can choose multiple locations, or you can choose the tag system. So for all those like 4 locations that we grouped, this one image is going to be posted or scheduled out. And then you're just going to schedule the media out, and it's going to be in location time zone, and then you're going to submit. Then same thing with let me move myself again, with multi-location post. Here you're going to see all your posting. You can click here and you can see like location, account, and the status, and then you can click on open the post. So once again, you're going to click on add new multi-location post, put the summaries, your spintic tags. Then you're going to have like intersect your previous post URL, select the image, and then you're going to choose your locations or the tag system, and do the same thing with schedule and recurring post, and then you're going to submit it. And then instead of one location, you're going to have multiple locations for that post basically. And the last way how you can create your posting is by using CSV bulk upload. There's going to be like a long video on how to do it, but basically you just take the example and fill out all your information like title, a post, and images and stuff like that. One thing is, please do not modify the first row. From the second, you should remove everything, but first row should be the same as it was. Even if you're not using, for example, like coupon code, please do not take it out. Just leave it empty. Okay, so let's move to the Geogrids search. It's our one of the most popular tool that a lot of people use, that allows you to see how you rank on Google Maps and how you are ranking as a business. So we have 2 types of Geogrids. First one is live Geogrid, that allows you to see how you rank. So here's going to be the example. The greener the better, the redder the worse basically. Here you're going to see some stats like average grid rank, average total grid rank, and share of local voice. Then we have the grid size and the distance between each knot. Here you can click to see the PNG version of the image, and here we have a public link that you can send to your customer so they can see how they rank, and you can zoom out. So for example, I can see that in number 1 I rank in this area. What else you can do here? So for example, you can change the layout, so make it flat, and here the same thing. Here's going to be some stats, and we can basically zoom in quite a lot, so I can see that my number 2 position is going to be in this area. Here you can just copy public link and then delete the GeoGrid, or download the CSV file. So to run the GeoGrid, you're just going to click on new GeoGrid. You're going to choose MyGMB, Google search, place ID, or map URL. MyGMB, it's all the listing that you have in Local Viking or Local Manager. All others allows you to run basically any GeoGrid for any business, for example, Starbucks in Seattle. So that allows me to run for this listing. And then I'm going to add a search term, coffee, and then I'm going to choose the distance, basically the amount of knots I want to cover. I'm just going to do 7 by 7, and I'm going to maybe keep it as a 0.5 miles. So this means that between each knot is going to be 0.5 miles. And for example, since we are in Seattle, this geogrid covers a lot of water, so I'm just going to disable those knots. And the good thing is not going to use any of those credits. So by disabling the knots, you are saving your credits as well. So about the credits, you're going to get on a monthly basis certain amount of credits depending on your package, and they do roll over, unlike keyword credits, and basically one knot takes one credit. So in this case, I have 7x7, so it's going to be 49 Geogrid credit minus those disabled knots. And then you're going to click on one button and you're going to see your Geogrid. Okay, then we have a scheduled Geogrids, basically the same thing as live Geogrid. The main difference is that instead of one search term, you can add as many search terms as you wish, and then scheduled weekly, monthly, or the day of the month, and how often you want them to run. And then you're gonna just click on create configuration, and then you're gonna have something like that. So you're going to have this like lovely timeline that allows you to see your progress of the listings, to see that you improve your rankings. So for example, for this one, I see that there was like a lot of improvement, and those knots became in the top 3 for second time, and like this knots that are number ones basically got back to the number 1 and the number 2, and then we get a bit decreasing in the rankings. Okay, and here we're going to see some statistics of average grid rank, and here we're going to have a GIF button that allows you to create a GIF version. So basically you can see an improvement or decrease over time, and kind of like you can provide it to your customers so they can have some like visual representation of what's going on with their rankings and with their business, and if you did a good job as a SEO basically. And here it's going to be all your search terms that you can track. Another thing that you can click on any of those knots, and on the right hand side you're going to see where your competitors are physically located. Then on the left hand side you're going to see small version of your competitors grids, so that allows you to analyze your competition. So for example, I want to check this guy, I'm going to click on that geogrid and it's going to provide me with a geogrid of my competitor. And then we have a geogrid widget that is available from the Pro plan. It's basically the widget that you can place on your website. This is what you can place on your website, and this is allows your basically you can place that on your website, so your customer, your potential clientele can run the geogrid and then get results on their email, and you can use it as a sales tool on your website. So they can put like the business keyword and email, and then they're going to receive this PDF version with your logo, the business, and the geogrid on their email. And after that, you can just sign up them as your client. Okay, let's go to the reporting section. So we have 2 types of reports. One is a PDF version of the report, and second one is the link report of the version. Let me show. Link report is basically a visual representation of your stats for your customers, so you can see your local posting, where you did most of the posting, and it's going to compare your previous period to existing period. So for example, in this case, I compare July 4th till July 4th with May 3rd till June 3rd. So basically a week-to-week comparison. And here we're going to have like questions, our answered questions, and then we're going to have some stats in terms of like geogrids. So it's going to pick up 2 geogrid, your older geogrid and your newer geogrid, so you can see some improvement of your Geogrids. And you can make this this report white labeled. So once you send out your report to your client, it's going to be under your brand and it's going to have your logo, and the link is going to be with your domain. And then second report that we have, it's just the PDF version. Is going to be included in the email as well, but it's basically just some pure statistics and current with change in the percentages. So we can see that business impression, desktop search went down like 8% in like 1 week comparison. So to set it up, you're just going to click on report configuration. You're going to click on new create configuration. You're going to add the name. It's for the internal purposes, so you know which report is that. Then you're going to choose the location, and then you're going to choose the search terms. Wait a second. Okay, so I'm going to choose the locations, and here I'm going to have my search terms, and it's basically the Geogrids that I'm going to include into my report. And then I'm going to choose the prosperities that I want to see. I'm just going to leave all of them on. And here's the important part. So if those buttons are not going to be turned on, you're not going to see your zeros or your decreases in your report. So you're just going to have the positive values. But if you want to have a full report, you should turn on this button. So you're going to see the zeros and your decreases. Then capture nearest Geogrid allows you to have a Geogrid that does not fall into timeline. So for example, if your timeline is from 1st of February till 1st of March, and you have a Geogrid that was created in January, but you don't have any Geogrid that was created in February, you should always click this button. Like I always keep it on as a safety net. So I will have some Geogrid included into my report. And then we have data periods. So I can choose if I want to do like a week to week report, month to month report, or 3 months to 3 months like comparison. And then I want to choose how I want to compare it. So if you want to choose it to the previous period. So for example, we have the report from January to February. I want to compare it to December to January. So one month to month. Or we can do it same period previous year. So the same period we're taking it, but from like 2023, or the baseline. It's when the first time connected your listing to Local Viking or to Local Brand Manager. So the first day you sign up and the first day you connected your listing is going to be the baseline. Actually, to check your baseline, you're going to click on your location here, and here's going to be the baseline date. So I can see that this listing was connected on February 9th of 2023. Okay, let's go back to the reporting, and here I'm going to just like schedule when I want to see the report. If I want to see it weekly, monthly, or the day of the month. So for example, I want this report to run on every 3rd of the month. And then I'm just going to set up as a 3rd of the month. And here, notified users. So for example, once report run, I want to receive an email. So I'm going to select myself. And here I'm going to just like fill out the email that is going to be sent out to my clients. And you can make it white labeled here as well, and add the subject, add the header message and the footer message, and you're just going to save it. And then your reports are going to be sent out on weekly or monthly basis, and you're going to have your reporting. So then we have audits that allows you to compare your listing to top 5 competition. So here is an example of the audit that you're going to get. So first it's going to run small Geogrid 5x5 0.5 between each knot, and after that you're going to choose top of competition that you want to see how you basically compare yourself to those top 5 competitors. Then we're going to see the primary category, secondary category. So I can see like 60% of my competition have as a first primary category painters, and then we're going to see like secondary category. Then it's going to give you the list of competition with their primary and secondary categories. Then we have a review section. So the reviews of all time, then you can click on any of those basically competitors and see their reviews and like filter them by like 1 stars and etc. Then we're going to see the reviews in 180 days, and I can see that only like one guy received 5-star review, their response rate, the ratings and etc. Then we have media postings, so media posting of all time, media in 180 days. So once again, you can click on any of those locations and see their media and images and videos. Then we have postings, same thing, posting 180 days, so total count, post per days, and then it's going to give you like a pie chart of all the postings. So I can see that in 180 days, the only posting was from my location, and most of that was a standard post. Then we have a quality of services, and then I'm going to see the total quantity of all the services, and I can see that match services, so only like 6 of the services are matching with my list, only for one competitor and others. And once again, you can click on the location and then see all the services that that business provide. Then we have local service area, so you can compare that, business attributes, so I can see that only Michael has attributes. Then we have a zip code. So with the zip codes, it's not going to show you 5 competitors, it's going to show you all competition that we were able to find from the Geogrid. And then we're going to see the page speeds inside, and then we have a JSON LD, so I can see that only this guy have any sort of JSON LD, so you can copy it and then modify it if you wish. Okay, so to create an audit, you're just going to click on audit configuration, click on new configuration, add audit report name, schedule it weekly, monthly, or the day of the month, add 1 keyword because it's going to run the Geogrid from, so please add 1 keyword, and then we're going to choose the location. So painting, let's put painting. Then I'm going to click on choose competitors. And in meantime, keep in mind that here's going to be your audits remaining. If I'm not mistaken, you're going to get 10 audits a month. So let's wait until it's going to choose competitors and we're going to get back to it. Oh, here we go. So you're just going to click on any competitors that you want to see in your audit, and then you're going to click on finish. And after that, it's going to take some time. In audit section, it's going to collect the data. So usually it takes around 4 or 5 minutes, and then you're going to get your audits basically. Okay, let's go to the gallery section. So gallery section allows you to do 2 things. One is doing bulk upload of multiple images to multiple locations. And second thing is image optimization tool. So for example, I want to schedule out all those images to maybe like for this location. So I'm going to click on add location, and then I'm going to choose days of publication. So I want to do 20 days, and I want to keep my active data original, and I'm going to keep it in additional category. So I'm going to schedule it, and it's going to process for a bit, and then I'm going to start seeing all the images are popping up. So it's going to basically just randomize the days of publication. So I have 20 days of publication, and I have 6, how many? I think multiple media. So let's wait until it's going to be done. So here I see that I have 10 images for 20 days of publications, and they were just like randomized. What I can do is I can just like change the days of when I want those images to be posted. And then I have image scheduling for 20 days, and I don't have to do anything more. And all your images are going to be scheduled out, and basically you are done with that. one thing what you can do, so for example, if you need some image optimization tool and you need the images that you can cover with EXIF data and export it, you can do that as well here. So you're just going to choose your images, choose the location, add location, then you're going to choose your EXIF data so you can cover it with a template, and then you're going to click on export, and then you're going to have your export files that you can click and then load the zip file. And last but not least, we have a Geobooster. It's kind of like a software inside of the software, is a mobile app that you can download and you can give it to your clients directly. So one thing, it's going to help you with getting images from your customer or your client business. So it's very useful for like guys that are on the fields, that are doing work on the fields, that they're like plumbing, constructors and stuff like that. So you can give them a mobile app and they can take pictures and the moments and upload those moments from the mobile app. Inside of the mobile app, it's gonna look something like this. So your guys are gonna add address, some text, image, video, add the customer name, business, category, it's for the filtering, and then employee name who did that moment. And then this moment can be used in multiple platforms. It can be used on your website. It's going to go as your GMB post. It can go on your Facebook, on Instagram. We have a Zapier and Public integration. So once you have the moment filled out and being sent from the mobile app, or you can do it directly here, you as an agency can come here, approve, reject, or edit. So most likely you would want to change some text to make it more like SEO friendly. And then you're just going to click on save and publish. And then this moment is going to go as your GMB post. And if you have a Zapier integration with the Facebook, then you can set up that, and then this moment is going to go as a Facebook post as well. So here we're going to have the overview of the business, and here we're going to see the total values of the moments and posts that were created. Here are going to be the pending moments, last moment, and post per month. So basically you can view here. Let's go back. So team is basically who's going to have the access to the mobile app. They're not going to have the access to Local Viking or Local Brand Manager dashboard. They're just going to have the access to the Geobooster mobile app. So you're going to add the employee, you're going to enter their name, last name, email, and then you can set them up for the pre-moderation. So you can basically publish what they are sending. So without your approval, nothing is going to be sent out. Then in the settings of the business, here is where you're going to add moments category. You can make a default settings that all the videos that are going to be sent are going to be published in the GMB. And here we're going to have webhooks for WordPress plugin and for Zapier or Publi. Okay. Let's go to the widget section. So this is what you can use to place moments on your website. So here it's how it's going to look like, and you can modify it. So for example, I want to make my icon as a house, as a garage, for example, or as a pin. And let's change my map height to 200, for example, and make my zoom level of a map 10. 2, 4. I'm gonna leave it as a 400. And then I can place how many moments per page I want to have. So for example, I want to have 5 moments and I want to make them as a slider. So I can do that here as well, like a slider view. So all my moments are going to be as a slider. And here you can change the background. Basically, you can modify that widget how you like, filter them by categories. So here's going to be like filters for the page paths. You can select by country, by city, by category, by state, for example. And here you can add as many businesses as you want. So for example, you want to do one widget per business, or you can add multiple businesses for one widget if you want to. And you're just going to take the code, copy the code and place it on your website, and then you're going to have that widget on your website. So that widget is useful for your rankings since we implemented the JSON LD, and basically Google bots are going to be able to crawl it and view all the moments that you submitted and basically all the work that you've done. As well as all the images are clickable, so you can check all the moments. And all the pins are going to be clickable as well. Here's some going to be like about like Geobooster, help doc, WordPress plugin, and then direct links on the app, and pretty much that's it. One thing that I want to mention is that we have organization tab where you can add the team members to your account, make white label settings. Then we have like a Looker Studio integration, our API key that you can use. Here's going to be the documentation about that. And then we have like a webhook settings that you're going to add the webhook for Geogrids. Then the billing section, EXIF templates section where you can create your EXIF templates. And then we have a help section so you can search for some articles like a startup questions. And then we have like an intercom that is going to be on your platform, and you can send us a message at any time and we're going to get back to you and respond. As well as you can send us an email at team@Local Viking at any time and schedule like a call if you need an overview or help with the software. Okay, so have a great day, and if you need any help, please send us a message. Bye-bye.